Hey guys, Jables Games here, and welcome back to another video. This time, we are taking a look at my top 10 Crash Bandicoot characters. All of you know how much I love Spyro, the Dragon, and Crash Bandicoot. And I would like to give a shout out to Square Eye Jack here, for him giving me some inspiration to make my own top 10 Crash Bandicoot characters video. His channel is in the description below, be sure you check him out. He has great reviews, and they're so freaking funny. But without further ado, let's get started. Sitting at number 10 is Tiny the Tiger. Tiny the Tiger is a fierce orange tiger who looks like a Tony the Tiger on steroids. What can you say? Tiny must be taking a different kind of Frosted Flakes. Well, Tiny always was a crazy character that any kid would love, super strong and crazy. Tiny's boss fights throughout Crash 2 and Crash 3, from what I remember, are way too easy. He is a lovable character, no doubt, and shows lots of his badassery in his fights. Until the asshole tries to impale you with the freaking pitchfork and tries to get you eaten alive by lions. Tiny, you tedious.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more.
Up here at number 9 is Crunch. He totally doesn't look like a Sonic character. I love the thought of Crash having an older, smarter, and meat-headed brother. Of course, he is introduced in the 6th installment of Crash Bandicoot, aka Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. The game loved by lots of fans. Okay, maybe I'm lying there. All the boss fights in Wrath of Cortex are all Crunch, and I only enjoyed two out of every single one of those boss fights, in my opinion. Now, I don't want this turning into a game review, but to sum it up, Crunch is well deserved to be on this list. Let's move on. Up here at number 8 on the list is the one and only Dr. Engine. Engine's character and personality is crazy and his design is wicked. Engine is all about building robotic stuff to destroy Crash in the boss fights, who in my opinion has the hardest and most tedious boss fights in the entire Crash series. Too bad Engine turned into a huge girly fucking moron in Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing.
Thank you! Finally I look as pretty as I feel! I shall return!
Uka, wait! An evil
On to number 7 on the list is the Aku Uka brothers, the elemental masks in the game. Aku Aku works with Crash, and Uka Uka works with Cortex. The Aku Uka brothers are amazing, with mighty powers and have amazing moments. Uka Uka made Crash games even darker in my opinion, and greater, and with Aku Aku, his brother, it stirs up another rivalry, just like Crash and Dr. Cortex. By the way, the brothers are assholes. In the third game, since they battle it out in the middle of the goddamn fight with Cortex and Crash.
This should be fun!
The Aku Uka brothers together again.
On to number 6 on the list, we have Nitrous Brio. Nitrous Brio's boss fight in Crash 1 really surprised and made the game great for the other Crash Bandicoot fans back in the day. Brio is mysterious and a crazy scientist who helped run tests on Crash and his babe Tana with Cortex in the first game. Nitrous Brio is wicked. I really wish he was shown and talked about more in the Crash series. That would be amazing. Brio really is an awesome character and is playable in Crash Bash.
Break out the butter. I'm gonna make toast.
On the number 5 spot of this list is Dingodile. Holy crap, this character is amazing and is a dingo crossed with a crocodile, by the way. Dingodile in the Crash community has the reputation for the best boss fights in the Crash games, which I can't agree on. This Australian badass is not one to mess with.
3 years I spent alone in the frozen Antarctic wastes, and I missed you. And so I've organized a little gathering, like a birthday party, except the exact opposite.
Up here on the number 4 spot of the list is Dr. Neo Cortex. In the first 3 games is a dark and really cool evil scientist and creator of Crash Bandicoot. Nothing like a father and son bonding experience trying to kill his own goddamn son for almost 20 years, Cortex, you sick freaking bastard. Cortex's dark and evil sounding personality, played by Clancy Brown, which is really freaking good, had to go, due to the reason that his voice wasn't too kid-friendly from the parents. So then, that's where Lex Lang came from to play Cortex in Crash to Insanity, Crash of the Titans, and Crash Mind Over Mutant. Cortex may get his plans foiled by Crash many times, but Cortex can fuck some shit up, and can create weapons of mass destruction. Cortex really is a true badass villain, and one of the most iconic in gaming history.
Probably for you.
Trick or treat, trick or treat.
Fools! You thought these two party toys could defeat us?
Up here on the number 3 spot of this list are the evil twins, Victor and Moritz, introduced in Crash to Insanity, one of my favorite Crash games of all time. They were regular birds, but Cortex zapped them into the 10th dimension. Jesus, tries to kill his own son, and now his birds. Cortex, dude, you need to calm your shit, man. The evil twins' personality is awesome, and I find the characters to be kind of adorable. The evil twins are a crazy duo that are hard to be beaten. Hell, the Elemental Masks, aka the Akuuka brothers, couldn't even defeat them. But unless you Crash, you'll find a way. On to the number 2 spot of the list, as if it weren't obvious enough. Crash Bandicoot. This goofy little bastard is a slayer of evil with a tiny brain, who's too damn awesome and lovable. Crash may be dumb, but he knows what's right in his heart. Before we move on to the number 1 spot on this list, here are some honorable mentions.
No, not the elementals. Ooka, Ooka, why did you release them? Don't you know what happened the last time they were free? So
Finally, after you guys sitting through a long video with an incredibly good looking host, aka me, it's time to announce
Now you're on my time, you little skunk! Give me the crystals!
this guy is by far the coolest in the group. With the sick redesign in Twinsanity
are leaving the sinking ship. Tell us where the treasure is, and we'll...
and fun and easy boss fights in the PS1 games, Dr. Entropy is a straight up badass with awesome powers and has good parts of a story in the Crash games. Entropy is the #1 Crash Bandicoot character in my book. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment below, and subscribe. I'm Jables Games, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.